ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn ò nílé lóko. Ẹ sì kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Hey guys, it's Adironke again. Today I'd like to talk about the parts of the arm. I've been talking about body parts, and the next one, this one, is on the parts of the arm. The Yoruba word for the arm is apa. Apa. Apa, that's the arm. Apa. Apa. And the left arm is apa òsì. Apa òsì. That's the left arm. Apa òsì. Òsì is left. And the right arm is apa ọ̀tún. Apa ọ̀tún. Ọ̀tún. Apa ọ̀tún. That's the right arm. Ọ̀tún is right. Not right as in correct, because that's different. But right as in, a particular side, the right side. Apa ọ̀tún, right. And the armpit is abíyá. Abíyá. Abíyá, that's armpit. Abíyá. Abíyá. And all things being equal, under normal circumstances, when there's an armpit, there would be armpit hair. It's natural. Irun abíyá. Irun is hair. So, armpit hair is irun abíyá. Irun abíyá. Irun abíyá. Irun abíyá. And the upper arm, or the upper part of the arm, if you will, is òkè apá. Òkè apá. Òkè apá. Okay is the top. That's what okay can mean in many cases. The top, okay. Can also be a mountain, a high platform. In this case, it's like the top, the upper part or something. So, òkè apá, the upper part of the arm, upper arm. Àárín apá, the middle of the arm. Àárín is middle. So, àárín apá is the middle of the arm. Àárín apá. That's the spot that doctors or nurses would often should, because I know some do it without medical supervision, but or for recreational purposes, which is not good. But it's at that spot that doctors would often insert needles. Let's say if they need to draw blood from your body, or whatever circumstance that relates to that part of your arm. Also, it's an erogenous zone for me. I don't know if I'm giving out too much, but I'm very ticklish there. Àárín apá. Àárín apá, the middle of the arm. Then there's the lower part of the arm, and that is ìsàlẹ̀ apá. It's also called the forearm. So, ìsàlẹ̀ is, lower or down, or basically connotes something that is lower or down. Ìsàlẹ̀ apá, the lower part or the lower section of the arm, and that in English would be the forearm. Ìsàlẹ̀ apá, ìsàlẹ̀ apá. And the next is the elbow. But before I tell you the two words that are often used to describe the elbow, I'm going to examine two words. The first one is igun. Igun can mean vulture. Igun. It can also, depending on the dialect, I think this doesn't sound like, it sounds dialectical, but igun can be a thing that is used to gun, that is the thing that's used to gun. Gun is nudge. Gun can have different meanings apart from nudge. Gun could be nudge, it could be grind, it could be strike, and it could be pound. To bá gún èèyàn, when you gún someone, you're nudging them. Tó bá gún ata, or tó bá gún ewé, for example, if you grind pepper or particular herbs, gún. If you strike someone, let's say with a knife, gún lọ́bẹ, for example, strike someone with a knife, If you pound something, let's say you're pounding yam, gun inyo. So gun, I would talk about this when I'm talking about words that could have 3, 4, 5, several meanings, and they're just one word, not different. They don't have different pronunciations. They don't have different tonal marks. Same word, but different meanings. It exists in the Yoruba language. So gun, in this case, would be nudge. So igun could be something that is used to nudge, or something that is used to strike, or something that is used to pound, or something that is used to grind, or whatever. It sounds dialectical, like I said. So, igun, something that is used to nudge or grind or strike or whatever. Gun, depending on what you're using gun to mean. Now, the second one is igun. Igun. Igun in Yoruba is an edge or a point, a sharp point. Not necessarily sharp as in, cutting sharp, but something that is more pointy than the rest of, a part of something that is more pointy than the rest of it, or the edge. Igun apata, odole gun apata. When you stand at the edge of a mountain, that's igun. Igun can also be like, something that is a bit pointier or sharper than the rest of it. How does that relate to elbow? Igun, like I said, is an edge or point. So this is the most common word for elbow, right? Igun apa, the sharp point of the arm. It's the sharp point of the arm. It has this pointy thing, especially when you raise your lower arm to your, let's say, face. That pointy part of your arm, that's igun. So igun apa, that part with the where the red arrow is pointing, that part, igun, the edge, the point, the pointy part of the arm as a whole, igun apa, elbow. So you could either say igun apa or say igun pa. You're combining both words. You're combining igun, a point or an edge, and apa, the arm. You're making it one word, igun pa. Now, in some dialects, they would say igun pa, igun pa. Igun pa is another word for elbow. Igun pa, igun apa. Like I said, igun is something that is used to nudge. Something that is used to, or something that gun, it's nudge. In this case, it would be nudge specifically. Gun can also be grind or pound or whatever. But something that is used to gun, nudge, igun apa. So you could say igun pa. It's correct. You could also say igun pa. It depends on what your, both are correct. It depends on what you're associating both with. You could either be describing, the Yoruba language is very descriptive. So there's no, very strict thing about the usage of words that exists in several other languages. We're very metaphorical, and we're very descriptive, and we're very proverbial. A Yoruba person could be saying one thing and they could be saying 1,000 things with it, so that's the beauty of the language, one of the beauties. So igunpa, the edge or the point of the arm, and then igunpa, the part of the arm that is used to nudge. Igunpa, the part of the arm that is used to nudge someone. Sometimes when a soup, or should I say stew, is very delicious, most of our meals are ones that we eat with, our bare hands. It's traditional, and I find that foods that you eat with your bare hands are very tasty. Like, our ancestors had it good when, there was literally nothing else to eat with apart from the bare hands. I find that it's really tasty. So let's say you're eating your plate of eba and the soup is dripping from your hands onto your arms and then onto your elbow. That kind of stew is considered anyway, pàdé mi ní ìgúnpá is the metaphor that we give to stews or soups that are really delicious. So delicious that it drips from your hands onto your arm and then onto your elbow. Pàdé mi, like meet me at the elbow. The soup or the stew is like meet me at the elbow because it's so good, it's running down your hands to your arm and to your elbow. So that's the metaphor. Maybe I'll discuss it later. So that's that for elbow. And then the hand is owo. The hand is owo. I think this happens to me and to, I guess, many people who are just as interested in the formation of words as I am, because I'm so interested in it. I'm almost obsessed. Words have meanings, spiritual and physical, and they carry frequencies. So I try to take a look at how words are formed in different languages and how they are used and the beauty of it. So some people can't be bothered, but I tend to be bothered. Now, if I start to talk about the formation of words in this video, I'm going to make it really long, but I'm going to talk about the formation of owo. So the word owo, of course, it's a noun, hand, but with the way that the word was formed, it's made up of an adjective, or let's just say a partial adjective, and a verb. In the Yoruba language, the word wo is rob. It's the act of robbing. Wo is rob. Rob as in the verb, R-U-B. So, owo, the thing that is used to rob. And, of course, it's the hand. I don't think we can naturally, under normal circumstances, rub with our feet. It's usually with the hands. So that was how the hand was formed. The action of rubbing is wo, depending on the context. Usually when you're rubbing a part of your body, you'd be using the verb wo, or rubbing a body anyway, whether it's someone else's or yours. Especially when you're rubbing some kind of ointment in or doing so to relieve some kind of pain. So that is wo. That is the act, wo. And so owo is what is used to do that, to rub, and that is how we got the name for hand. The wrist in Yoruba is orun owo, orun owo, orun owo. If you've seen my video on the neck, you would immediately recognize orun. Orun is neck in Yoruba. Like I said earlier, the end is owo. So the end has a neck, and that neck is the wrist. Like I said, the Yoruba language, very descriptive. Orun owo, the neck of the hand, and it would be wrist in Yoruba. Orun owo, the neck of the hand, the wrist, or the wrist area, that's orun owo. And of course, we have the left hand and the right hand. The left hand is ọwọ́ òsì, ọwọ́ òsì, ọwọ́ òsì, left hand. Ọwọ́ òsì, which is left, like I said, apá òsì. So ọwọ́ òsì is left hand. Ọwọ́ òsì is also called ọwọ́ àlàáfíà. As a matter of fact, native Yoruba speakers would prefer to say ọwọ́ àlàáfíà because ọwọ́ òsì, it's not necessarily significant. The rationale for saying ọwọ́ àlàáfíà instead. Àlàáfíà is peace. Alafia is peace, the hand of peace. The most significant, one of the most significant reasons, let me put it that way, that people have given for saying Owa Lafia instead of Owosi is that Osi sounds very similar to Oshi. Oshi is the Yoruba word for nonsense, or maybe may even connote useless in a certain context. In some other context, it could be used to connote poverty or like wretchedness, So those are the meanings and connotations that Oshi would have. And it sounds very similar to Osi. There are a certain group of Yoruba people, Yoruba natives, that do not pronounce the alphabet Shi. Shi is, in English, what you would write as an S with a tail underneath. It's like an English S with a tail underneath. It's one of our alphabets. So some don't pronounce that alphabet. Like if they want to say Oshogbo, and even Oshogbo natives speak like that. Many people, they just don't say Shi, they say Osogbo. For some reason, they're just not used to, or maybe they just choose not to pronounce the alphabet Shi. Perhaps it's, for them, it's more recent, more modern. And by modern, I don't mean it came yesterday. It has existed for centuries now. I'm just saying that at the very beginning of their tribe was in existence, or let me just say tribe, She was never like one of their alphabets, so they just don't say it. So they would say Osogbo instead of Oshogbo. The average Yoruba person can say Shilekun, which means open the door. They will say Silekun. Wherever Si and She are supposed to appear, they use Si for all. By Si, I'm not saying the English Si, I'm saying what looks like an S. That is Si. And then She is an S with a tail underneath. If you've not seen my video on alphabets, please do. So since people would not like to describe their left hand or someone else's as the hand of nonsense, or the hand of, or the useless hand, or the, as a matter of fact, it could even connote non-productive, the non-productive hand, they would prefer to say Owa Lafia instead, the hand of peace. So Yoruba natives would often describe the left hand as Owa Lafia much more frequently than Owosi, because like I said, if some people want to say Oshi, they would say Osi as well. They don't pronounce Shi. So for them, Osi could either be left, and it could be, useless hand, nonsense hand. It could also connote that when you say Owosi, for them that don't pronounce Shi. So I will talk about it in a separate video. I'll talk about it. Now, how do I explain this? I'll do it somehow. I made a video months ago, and I talked about, the left hand, according to the Yoruba people, and how it has sort of been made the dirty hand, Out of respect, you're not supposed to give an elder something with your left hand. It has to be with your right. And, whether or not you're left-handed, people don't consider that. They just say, "Ma forwosi for me, Nico. Don't give something to me with your left hand." I said it's what it is. I know that idea is so. It didn't always exist. It's foreign. But it has existed for so long that you start to accept it as maybe, a general thing that was in existence from the inception of the culture, or the people, or the tribe, or whatever. So the rationale that they would often give, of course, is that, it's the hand that you use to wash your bum, your buttocks, after defecating. And so, you don't, out of respect, but that's That's stupid. Why do you do anything else with your left hand if it's I mean, come on. It's very logical. In present times, it's almost like the left hand, right? When two initiates, let's say two Awo or two Ifa initiates see each other, they may greet each other with their left hand. It's actually more respectful for each other, or more unifying, I guess. So in the spiritual aspect, the left hand is like a good hand, to use to greet people, to give people things with. It's not considered an act of disrespect. But in like the non-spiritual everyday life, I mean, the spiritual life is also everyday life. I'm just saying, in the day-to-day, whatever, people would prefer to be given things with the right hand, or they'll consider the right hand to give things to other people with, whether the person is, I mean, it's so terrible now that if you give someone something with your left hand, they may, whether or not you have any quarrel, they may insinuate that perhaps you're trying to be insultive, or you're trying to hurt them, whether they're older than you, or maybe you're just trying to shove it into their hand and be gone. So that is how much the left hand has been bastardized. But it's not the case, in Ifa spirituality and in other non-physical realms, more knowledgeable, more mature realms. The left hand is even considered the better hand to do certain things with, and to greet fellow initiates with, or fellow, let me use the word believers, or for lack of a better word anyway. So that's that. And the right hand is ọwọ́ ọ̀tún, right hand. Ọwọ́ ọ̀tún, I mentioned apá ọ̀tún earlier for right hand. Ọwọ́ ọ̀tún, right hand. Ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́ is the back of the hand. Ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, ẹ̀yìn is back. Ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́ is hand. So the back of the hand would be ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, ẹ̀yìn ọwọ́, the back of the hand. Àtẹ́lẹwọ́ is the palm. Àtẹ́lẹwọ́. Àtẹ́lẹwọ́ is a combination of two words. Àtẹ́lẹ, ọwọ́. Àtẹ́lẹ is like the flat surface, the surface that you would put something in or something on, that surface. Àtẹ́lẹ. And then ọwọ́ is hand. So àtẹ́lẹ ọwọ́, the surface of the hand, the palm. Àtẹ́lẹ ọwọ́ or àtẹ́lẹwọ́. Àtẹ́lẹwọ́. And if you're interested in I know that image is, so it looks Cuban to me. It looks like, one of the mamas. It looks like an image of one of the mamas in Cuba giving a palm reading. But just in case you're curious about whether or not palm reading exists in, the Yoruba spirituality and philosophy, yes, it does exist. One or two things may differ from, the Indian style as far as certain lines are concerned, but there are lots of similarities. Even if you go to a babalawo, they would ask for your left palm or your right, whatever. I mean, many times it's the left, and they will look into it, and sometimes they can either just be observing the lines, or they may see certain things. The Yoruba people say àtẹ́lẹwọ́ ẹni ò kí ń tan ní jẹ, when they are trying to say, the palm doesn't deceive, which means whatever you do with your palm is obviously, whatever you work with, in essence, is surer than, some kind of expectation that you'll have it. Maybe someone will give me money, or maybe someone will, whatever you work with your palm is more sustainable, more dependable. However, there's a spiritual aspect to that. People just think about the work, work pays aspect, but it also has something to do with palm reading. That is the spiritual sense. So the lines that for those who know how to read those lines, And those babas, they tend to be really accurate. It doesn't deceive. The significant things that are going to occur in your life are outlined in your palm. And for those who believe in numerology, for those who believe in astrology, it's the same thing, are aligned in your chart. So, many people, they just ask, what's my sun sign? Oh, it's Scorpio. Okay, good. I can't relate to that. If I'm going to relate to anything, I'm more of a Cancer, than anything. How am I a Scorpio? So, but when they look into it, when they really go into it, let's say you know the sign that your moon is in, and your ascendant, and your Mercury, and your Virgo. Sorry, did I say Mercury and Virgo? Sorry, because Virgo is associated with Mercury. I said Mercury and your Virgo. Your Mars and your Jupiter and your Saturn, and asteroids, Chiron and Juno. And the houses that they're in, and the signs and everything. It makes more sense than, oh, what's my sun sign? Oh, Scorpio. Okay, good for you people. I can't relate. So for those who know much more about either the lines that are not as visible, or that many people don't even know what they stand for, like those who know how to read it, would tell you that it doesn't deceive. It's a really good sort of map into the kind of life that you have, sort of inscribed in lines, basically. So anyway, let's move past that. Ila is line. Ila is line. Ilawo is palm lines. Palm lines. Ilawo, always hand. Ila is line. So ilawo is palm line. Oriowo could also be palm. Oriowo, the head of the hand. The hand of the hand, because when you open your hand, it's where, if anything is going to be given to you, that's like the top. That's like the surface. The top, because Ori is top. That's the top. That is where something will be placed on or in. So Oriowo, the head of the hand, the palm. Oriowo, and then Ila telewo or Ilaowo would be palm line or palm lines in general. Ila telewo, palm, the line of the palm, or Ilaowo. Then there is the finger, Ika, 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 finger, Ika. Àárín ìka méjì, between two fingers. Àárín ìka méjì, the middle, àárín of two fingers. Ìka méjì, between two fingers. Àárín ìka méjì. Orí ìka is the fingertip. Orí is head. Ìka is finger, the head of the finger or the fingertip. Orí ìka, the fingertip. Orí ìka. Then there is the knuckle. Kókó ìka. When you bend your fingers, that igun, that pointy part, that koko, that's that joint. Anyway, koko ika, your knuckle. Koko ika, knuckle or knuckles in general. The next one is àárín ika. Àárín ika. Àárín is the middle. Ika is finger. So àárín ika, the middle of the finger. So that would be where your knuckle is, let's say, because it's usually like, under normal circumstances, your knuckle would be at the middle of your finger. So that's where koko ika is. Àárín ika, àárín ika, àárín ika, àárín ika, àárín ika, the middle of the finger. Àárín ika. Èékánná ọwọ́ is fingernail. Èékánná is nail. Ọwọ́ is hand, fingernail. Èékánná ọwọ́. It's different from èékánná ẹsẹ̀. Ẹsẹ̀ is leg. I'll get to that later. Èékánná ọwọ́ is fingernail. Èékánná ọwọ́ is fingernail. Orí èékánná is the top of the nail or the surface of the nail. That part that you would put, let's say, nail polish on, for example, or whatever you want to apply. The top of the nail is orí èékánná. Orí èékánná. The top, orí is head, so èékánná is nail. The top of the nail is orí èékánná. And let's go to the fingers. Ika is finger in general, yes, but we have, I suppose, nicknames or pet names, I suppose, for each finger. The thumb is atankpako. I don't know, that's going to tickle some people. Atankpako. 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 Thumb. Atankpako. Thumb. The forefinger is next, and it's called Ifabella. Ifabella. That's the nickname that we give to it, to the index finger or the forefinger. Ifabella. I, what is used to? Fa is to scrape. You know when you're scraping delicious stew from a plate. Oh, you have to be native to know what I'm talking about. When a stew is so delicious, you scrape it with your hand from the plate. Scrape. Obe is stew or soup. La is lick. So there are the 4 words that combine to form Ifabella. Ifa, obela, I. What is used to? Fa, scrape. Obe, soup or stew. La is lick. 4 words combined is Ifabella. So the forefinger would be the thing that's used to scrape soup, to lick, in order to lick it. The thing that is used to scrape soup or stew in order to lick it, from the plate or whatever. That's the nickname that we give to the forefinger. It's also called Olutoka. Toka is to point. Olu. What is used to? Olu. What is used to? Or the thing that is in charge of? Could be. Toka is point. Funny enough, Ika is in Toka. To is to... I don't know how to explain this. But in combination with Ika is point. Combination with Ika is point. So Olutoka, what is used to point? When you're pointing at someone, typically you don't raise your middle finger forward. You don't point it forward. You point your forefinger. Olutoka. Or you could simply say Atoka, something that points. That is used to point, that points. Atoka. Èwo nínú àwọn ìka ẹ ló ń dùn ẹ́? Which of your fingers hurts? Is paining you? If you say Atoka, the person knows that you're talking about the finger that used to point, and that would be your forefinger. The middle finger is next, and all things being equal, it's usually the tallest finger. So Ikato Gaju, Ikato Gaju, or Ikato Gajulo. Ju is just like a shortened version of Julo. So whether you say Ju, whether you say Julo, you're saying the same thing. Ikato Gajulo. Ika is finger. T-O are the 2 words that combine to form to. T-O, that is, Ga is tall. Julo is the most. So Ikato Gajulo, the finger that is the tallest, that is the most tall. Ikato Gajulo, the tallest finger, which would be the middle finger. And then the ring finger. Now, the phenomenon of rings is not native to the Yoruba people. Rings are obviously not recent. They've existed for centuries, but to the Yoruba people, they are not an ancestral, part of the culture. So, a ring finger. The ring finger is called Orukayemi. It's a nickname, It's a nickname, Orukayemi. Oruka is ring. Oruka, that's the Yoruba word for ring. Wedding ring, whatever ring. Oruka is ring. Ye is suit or fit. Ye is suit or fit. Me is me. Oruka, ye, me. A ring suits me, or I deserve a ring, are the 2 connotations that Orukayemi would have. And it's the nickname for the ring finger. Orukayemi. Orukayemi. Rings are really beautiful, and the Yoruba people have embraced, that part of, we're humans. Their culture is 100% like independent from other cultures, so we've embraced that really well. My thing is, with the placing too much importance on, what kind of a ring is it worth this amount? Not my cup of tea. Not, it's a diamond ring, 47 carat. Who gives a damn? Excuse my language. So that part of marriages, I don't necessarily fancy. Not that any part of marriage I find fanciful, but that's that's another thing for another day. Pinky finger. Pinky finger. Typically the smallest finger of all would be ikato kere julo. Ikato kere julo. The finger that is the smallest, that is the most small. Kere is small. Kere is small. So the finger that is the most small. Ikato kere. To is that is both combined would be to. The finger that is the most small or the smallest. You can also call it kurubete. Ikawo lon roe. What finger hurts? Kurubete. You know, the smallest one. Kurubete is sort of, it could be a nickname for a person that is small as well. Most often it is. It could also be a nickname for your pinky finger. Kuru bete. Kuru is short. Bete is small. You know, it just further emphasizes that short stature. So that would be the smallest finger or the pinky finger. You could also call it ikarebete. Rebete is another. Well, Yoruba people have like some words that in and of themselves may not mean anything but are very descriptive. Rebete, in any case that you hear rebete, you tend to think of something that is small, tiny, maybe. Small. Rebete, kekere, rebete. Rebete, you know, small. So ikarebete, small finger. You could also call it that. You could also call it kekere awu. It's just a nickname. Kekere is small, awo is initiate. So kekere awo, small initiate. The way the fingers are, the way they stand together, they almost look like a group of initiates. When you open your hand, you know, and you look into your palm, it looks like 4 initiates standing together and looking at what you could call like a figure. You know, could be a place of worship, which would be represented with the thumb. That thumb part could be like, you know, a sacred thing or another person, you know, but with a higher authority, or maybe something looks like the 4 of them before something, you know. But this is esoteric. This is not like many Yoruba people will be like, what are you talking about? So, but 4 fingers. So the smallest anyway. So it's almost like a 4 group of initiates looking at the thumb. The thumb could be any of the things that I've mentioned: a figure, place of worship, an object of worship, something sacred, whatever. The pinky would be the smallest initiate or the shortest or whatever. So it would be kekeriawu. Kekeriawu. It's just a nickname. It's not mainstream, you know. So I've come to the end of this video. Thank you for patiently watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Please share, leave comments, ask questions, subscribe, do all the nice things that you can to support my channel. Thank you so much for your support so far, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day and goodbye.